Alright, here we're going to look at the definition of a negative exponent. Now, I told you in an earlier video that you may end up with an answer that has a negative exponent once you've done the quotient rule, and that you would have to be converting it into a positive exponent. And this is going to show you how to do that. So let me give you an example of one like that. So say, for instance, we had h to the power of negative 4. And we had this value after we got through using the quotient rule, right? And we subtracted powers, which will happen from time to time. We can't leave this answer because when we deal with exponents, our final answer must always be a positive exponential power. Always. Keep that in mind. So you can't have any negative exponents in the end in your final answer. So to convert this, we're going to use a rule that says h to the negative 4th power is equal to just 1 over h to the positive 4th power. And right now you may be going, what? How does this make sense? Well, it makes sense, and we can prove it with our calculator too. So if you wanted to see, let's try this. For instance, let's say 3 caret to the power of negative 3. Okay, and we're going to see what our answer is. I hit enter, and it gives me 1 over 27. Well, let me put my fraction bar. And what if I said 1 over 3 to the power of 3 in a positive? So now notice this power, instead of saying it's a negative power, I'm saying it's a positive. I'm using my rule of the definition of a negative exponent. I'm going to hit enter, and it also gives me 1 over 27. So the rule is truthful. The calculator can detect it. You can check it with the calculator just to prove it as well. But that is the rule. So let's do a problem that looks a little bit more complex, that might be able to kind of get you. So I want to do, I'm going to draw a line here. Let's try doing this problem right here. Let's do one that has the quotient rule. So we have 3 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 9. Because this is a real scenario of something that you're going to run into. So when you have one like this, right, we're going to use our rule here, and it says that whenever we're dividing bases of the same value that have different exponential powers, we just subtract the denominator's power from the numerator's power. So I'm going to go ahead and write 3 to the power of 2 minus that power of 9. Okay, when I get done, right, we know 2 minus 9 is going to give me 3 to the power of negative 7. Well, now this can't be a final answer. And on the star, sometimes they'll let you pick this as a final answer when they're testing you. And you'll get it wrong because you have to have it as a positive value. So this is where this definition of a negative exponent rule, we need to take that into account. We need to make this a positive exponent. So we're going to use that idea. We're going to change it. Instead of 3 to the power of negative 7, it's going to be 1 over 3 to the power of positive 7. Now, we're almost done. I moved this down just a little bit. We have 1 over 3 to the power of positive 7. And the final thing we need to do is go ahead and take care of that exponent. So what is 3 to the power of 7? So we have 3 caret power of 7. And it gives me 2,187. So my final answer would be 1 over 2,187. And that would be your final answer. It cannot be made any more, it cannot be refined anymore.